Let's get into the most brutal breakdown of every generation. Every generation thinks they're the best, while blaming everyone else for why the planet's on fire. Spoiler alert, they all suck. The Lost Generation, born between 1883 and 1900. These poor souls literally survived World War I. They're called the Lost Generation because half of them got lost in trenches, and the other half got lost in their feelings, sending letters. Their hobbies, poetry, drinking, and complaining about how loud jazz was. Basically, they were just sad TikTokers, without the internet. The greatest generation born between 1901 and 1927. Ah yes, the greatest. They survived the Great Depression and won World War II. Absolute legends. Until you realise their idea of fun was eating boiled cabbage and listening to AM radio. Sure, they saved the world, but they also gave us spam. The food, not the emails. Balance, I guess. The Silent Generation, born between 1928 and 1945. They're called silent because they didn't complain, even though their entire childhood was one long episode of Survivor. Born during the Great Depression, raised during World War II, and somehow managed to invent suburbia. These were the original suffer in silence pros. But hey, they gave us Elvis, so respect. Baby boomers, born between 1946 and 1964. Oh, boomers, the golden children. They grew up in a world where college cost $12, you could buy a house for $50, and ice cream trucks weren't sketchy. Now they're mad because millennials eat avocado toast. Like, sorry Karen, I can't buy a house when my rent is higher than your mortgage ever was. Oh, and thanks for climate change, by the way. Generation X, born between 1965 and 1980, is the forgotten middle child of history. Gen X grew up on Kool-Aid, divorce, and MTV. They invented grunge, sarcasm, and ignoring phone calls, so honestly, respect. These guys were basically latchkey kids who raised themselves on Pop-Tarts and reruns of The Simpsons. They didn't ask for much, and that's why no one remembers them. Millennials, born between 1981 and 1996. Here we go! The avocado-eating, participation trophy-loving, debt-hoarding generation. We were told we could be anything, so now we're overeducated, underpaid, and crying in therapy. We can't afford houses, but hey, we did kill napkins and malls, so there's that. Oh, and we ruined the diamond industry because we realised rocks aren't worth 3 months of rent. You're welcome. Generation Z, born between 1997 and 2012, is what happens when you give kids Wi-Fi before they can walk. These guys grew up watching YouTube instead of Saturday morning cartoons, and their slang sounds like a glitching robot. They're all about cancel culture, mental health, and posting memes instead of emotions. But don't let the memes fool you. These kids are more stressed than a millennial at Whole Foods. Finally, Generation Alpha, born in 2013 and beyond. These are the toddlers out here, flexing on us with their iPads and designer sneakers. They've never seen a landline, and they think Alexa is just part of the family. Honestly, these kids are basically cyborgs in training. If anyone's gonna save the planet, it's them. But only after they finish their Minecraft stream. And there you have it. Every generation explained to perfection. Don't take it personally though. Everyone here is the villain in someone else's story. Now go argue in the comments about who ruined the economy, who had the best music, and why Gen Z thinks Riz is a word. See you there.